Welcome to the new and improved Call of Combat training video, narrated by the ever sexy voice of High Impulse, baby. Okay, instructing to your men, here we go. These are your soldiers. Use them to fight the enemy. You can control them using this control bar. Now the dots above their heads correspond to a number, which is shown on the command bar. The guy with the 1 dot is controlled by the number 1 dot line on your command bar. You can use the top line to control all of your men. Okay, trading. This is how you trade weapons to your men. First you hit the command button. You click on the man you want to assign it to. You click the weapon, and then click the bottom give out button. It's very basic. Now to trade, you hit the trade button, click on the man you want to trade with, and then click the number of the man you want to trade with in your other squad or dead body. Remember, you can get nades and ammo off of dead bodies. It can be very useful. Here we go, basic nading. Now grenades stun people. Now, here you can see this man wants to grenade the other man right here. And he hits a grenade and he is stunned. Now you don't want to stack your men up because multiple men can get naded by the same grenade. So you have to be very careful about that when you're nading. Avoiding nades and retaliating. Now the easiest way to avoid a nade is to run away from it. So you click the run button and click away from the nade. And you can run back, throw a nade, and click it to them. And they may avoid it, or they may not. It's very important. Nading in windows. Here we go. Now, when you're laying down in a window and the nade lands outside the window, you cannot get stunned. Notice how this guy there is stunned. So what you want to do is you want to throw a grenade through the window, and it will stun your guy. Pretty simple stuff. Now, angle nading into windows. Now this is when you're parallel to a window. And what you want to do is click outside of the window and then click inside. So you want to move your guy away from the window and then click inside the window. It's pretty easy. Now cover. Cover is a very important thing. Now cover keeps you from getting shot. Now these soldiers there who are behind cover, or who have the cover in front of them, are being protected by the bullets from that man. That guy there, however, is not behind cover, so he'll be much easier to snipe. But that I mean his hit percentages will be higher. Now using eyes. Now, eyes are what your man can actually see. So there's a guy hiding behind that window over there. If you once your guy sees him, he will show up on your screen. It's very basic stuff. Very basic. Okay, nading on low walls. Now that's a low wall. It's much like a window. If you nade in front of it, the nade won't hit. So what you want to do is you want to obviously chuck a nade over the low wall and it will stun him. Very basic. Corner nading. This is when you're nading through a corner. Now what you want to do is you want to click where the guy is, face your guy, hit the nade button and click where you want to nade, and you will jump back a square. So it will be much harder for them to nade you, but your nade will hit them without them being able to see you. Renading. Now I can't explain to you how important this is. Now when you throw a grenade on somebody, judging by where the nade lands, he will be stunned for approximately 20 seconds. After that 20 seconds are up, he will unstun and shoot you, which you will see in about 10 seconds when he restuns. 6, 5, 4, he's unstunned. And he shoots my guy. As you can see, you want to throw another grenade and stun him for longer. Okay, defending an aggressive rush. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you guys are going to be able to snipe them coming. So you put one guy in front to absorb the enemy's fire, who's also going to be nading. Now, as you can see, you've already got sniped. Now you want to use the fire at button to be most effective in this rush. And remember, the guys who are running around have greater chance. Now what you want to do really is you want to bottle them up so that multiple nades hit them, like stack nades, what we were talking about before. Now you got to be careful about getting naded. If you get stagnated when you're holding off multiple squads, that's pretty much the end of it. Now as you can see, the enemy's stunned up. Now this is a good time we want to go on the offensive because they're not using any covering fire. So you're not going to get sniped, but they're going to get sniped because they have people shooting at them. Now this is also where restunning comes in handy. If you have a guy stunned up, you're going to want to throw a nade at him. As you can see, I let my guy get nade there. That's a tactic because now they have to kill him and they have to waste nades restunning him. And it can be a great hindrance and really help you. Now their main problem here is they're really stacking up, and they're still running around the open, so they're still getting shot at a lot. And they have to, of course, kill the men they have stunned, which can be tricky. Now, holding is also mainly about slowing down the enemy, but if you can, it's helpful if you kill all of them. As you can see, I have them mainly stunned up. And with this nade, I think. And yeah, you always want to face when you run away from nade to see what happens. So see, now once using this, one squad managed to hold off 2 squads because they, one, didn't use any covering fire, and 2, they bunched up and got themselves stagnated, which really doesn't help at all. Which is, it's a good tactic to use. So remember, use covering fire when you're rushing, and when you're defending, make sure your guys are distressed. Use one guy as what I call a stress magnet, and it really helps. Holding a measured rush is what we're going to be talking about. Now, a measured rush is a rush that's taken under time and uses covering fire and is generally more thought out than the all-out rush we saw before. Now what these guys want to do is they want to use crawling so they don't get sniped as much, and they want to use covering fire so that my men can't hit as high percentages on them. As you can see, I haven't sniped anybody yet, which is a problem because this is the time to be sniping people, because I have guys shooting at me. So I want to use, now when you're defending against this rush, you want to use the same kind of tactics. You want to throw grenades around, hit them with nades hopefully, and slow them up as much as possible. So you can still get snipes if you have your men set up properly, so one man is being a stress magnet. But now that they're using covering fire and they're moving their men into position, the probability of them shooting my guy who's throwing nades and running around like an idiot is much higher. And not only that, but they're not stacking themselves up, they're using avoiding nades. And they're making it much more difficult, because they have twice as many nades as I do. As you can see, my guy got sniped there, which means he's useless. I can't use him as a stunned guy because he's dead. Now they're also thinking about rushing my 2 guys separately, which makes it a lot more difficult for me to hold them off. As you can see, now I'm stunned up because they attacked from both sides simultaneously, and I got sniped. See, completely lost me the game.